Madeline, good to meet you. My name's Kurt.
Pleasure to meet you. You actually look familiar. I don't know if we've talked to you yet.
Maybe, I don't think you have.
I saw that look, you were like, oh.
That's not good.
No, honestly, haven't met you, haven't done anything, so to offend you, I hope.
No.
So let's just start with, can you tell us a little bit about your character?
I love your accent. Yes, my character is Macy Vaughan. She's a scientist. So she's got a kind of quick, brilliant mind, which she's at odds with her being a witch because she doesn't understand that to have been a thing, and so wants to kind of use science and use logic to figure out how it could be. But, you know, she embraces being a witch, I think, and finds it pretty fun. She just also wants to know how is that possible. And you know, within the show, every now and again, we'll find opportunities for her to have a kind of scientific breakthrough that helps. She's like, well, actually, you know, I examined this specimen and I found that it's a component of this, and that reacts with this, and you know, and it helps us to defeat the demon. So it's quite fun.
Now, Charm takes place in Michigan.
That's where he's from.
And
Hey, represent
yes, ma'am. And I know it's a fictional town. What's the name of the town?
Hilltown.
Hilltown. And where's it supposed to be located?
Hilltown at Halloween, but Hilltown, yeah. In Michigan.
Well, next to Detroit, or
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I just
Okay.
know Hilltown, Michigan.
okay. And you're not filming in Michigan, though.
No, we film in Vancouver, BC.
Okay. And why was it set in Michigan? Not that I'm complaining.
I don't know. I guess I just took it as a given. You know, that's what it says, and I was like, cool, it's set in Hilltown, Michigan. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I
And
do.
no worries. And now, if I'm understanding this correctly, Madeline is a half sister of the others.
Well, Macy is.
She is not.
Macy is. Madeline is fine. Yes. Macy is a half sister. Okay. And forgive me, but you've been getting a lot of flack online. Oh, why do we need a Charmed reboot and all that? Can you respond to the haters out there?
I mean, I think it was such a wonderful, it's a wonderful show. I know that people are still rewatching it now, and people watch it with their mums, and I think it speaks to, you know, the elements that are within the show, be that just the magical wish fulfillment, or whether it's the sense of family and the importance of the bond. I think those themes are kind of universal, and I don't think anybody's ever going to get bored of them. In terms of why they wanted to reboot it, I know that Jenny Erman, our showrunner, she wanted to overtly link feminism and witchcraft. And then after the election, they were going to set it in the 70s and have a look at the women's rights movement and kind of do it that way. And then after the 2016 election, they decided that actually a lot of those, I don't want to call them themes because they're real life issues, but those things could be explored today, which is something even in this past week we've been seeing the kind of need for.
Yes.
So yeah, so I think that's why they wanted to kind of revisit the property. And you know, I can only speak for myself, but I'm really grateful for. I've never done 8 seasons of a show. I can't even imagine what that takes of a person. You know, it's a big chunk of somebody's life. So I'm definitely sensitive to the fact that it's very important to those actors and those producers and that whole cast and crew, and also the fans. And I hope that we leave the original intact. You know, we're not at all trying to. And that's in part why it's a very, you know, you see it's a very separate show. We have new characters, it's a new whole timeline and story, because they already have a set mythology. And I think if we were to try and tinker with that, it could upset people. You know, I think that would be the wrong thing to do. So I think it's good that we've kind of, so geez, that we have it as a new entity.
Well, the original's a little dated, honestly, you know, and this one I think speaks more to today, especially because it is more diverse, which I love.
Oh, I'm glad.
So speak to that aspect of it. Obviously, that was a conscious effort.
Yes, definitely, which is something that I found really refreshing, because for most of my career up to now, I've been the wild card, or I've been what can feel like a token at times. You know, you look in the room and you're doing your test, and it's like, oh, everybody else. And then you go, oh, okay, I'm there. Well, you know, if we did want to have this or that, or however they want to phrase it. So it was really wonderful for them to say, no, we want 3 women to be the lead. So yeah, and I I haven't seen all of the original, so I don't really know, how much of that they did and didn't have. But certainly, I think we're proud of the fact that we have a show that has more representation. Because, like you say, it is 2018. I mean, this is what my life looks like. These are what my friends look like. But having said that, I want to do more. I feel like we can be braver with our choices, and even if it's kind of, you think of the messaging that you give off during television, it's like who is your villain and who do they look like, and who's your love interest and what do they look like. Very often there's a kind of set idea of what that is, and I think if we can challenge that and put new types of people in those boxes, that's what I would love for us to do.
Certainly, like, technology and stuff since the previous one has come so far, and you can do so much so cheap. So are you like super hyped at what the powers and all that jazz that can be shown
I hope
on
I
screen?
will be when I see it. That's one of the things that is kind of a challenge, because obviously when we're filming, all of that stuff is happening, and they say, it's going to be we're doing it in post.
Yeah.
And you're sort of like, oh, okay, well then I will just trust that you're going to do it and not make me look very strange. So I hope that it will be something brilliant and a real kind of like positive, but at the moment, I don't know.
Good point.
So she's the half sister, adopted, from what I've sort of said. Or not she doesn't
She's
know
not adopted,
her.
no. I think I'm allowed to say that.
Okay, she doesn't know her half sisters.
Yeah, she doesn't know them prior to this point. She's grown up aside.
Yeah. So how's she going to react to suddenly coming into this family? Obviously, aside from the witch aspect, just suddenly having a family.
It's one of my favourite kind of dynamics to play, because, like you say, aside from all the magic and all the witch stuff, there's still this very human element of having to kind of insert yourself into an already established dynamic of these two women and these two sisters. And there's varying degrees of acceptance between the two. Maggie's quite welcoming from the offset and kind of wants to coax her into feeling welcomed, and Mel is much less welcoming. And I really love playing those scenes with Mel, because I think our characters have more similarities than the characters realise, and so I think it's going to be one of those slow burns where they butt heads and they have moments of working together, and it will be this kind of almost like they have the will they won't they, in terms of their love for each other, in that sense, forming that sense of sisterhood. But it's great to play those scenes, because that's the kind of that's the humanity of it. So I cherish those scenes. I think they're great.
So is this,
One more question, guys, and we're going to move on.
I heard that this is actually a little darker than the original series. So
Right.
it's a little heavy. Can you speak to that?
Again, I don't know if I can compare, a truthful comparison, because I haven't seen. I've seen the pilot of the original, but I think we definitely are really trying to push our horror aspect. We want the scares to be real scares, so that in the contrast with the humour, it's that. I mean, I've seen one horror movie because I don't really like scary films, and the one thing that I remember from
What was that horror movie?
It was called Insidious.
Okay.
One moment I was screaming and I mean full, you could see my tonsils scream, and then the next minute I was laughing my head off, and I think it was this, that physical reaction that your body has. So I think we want to kind of induce a little bit of that, where you get the extremes of the horror and the humour. So yeah, it's something that we want the scares to be real scares. And then I guess, another element of the darkness is the fact that we are talking about issues that are really affecting people in 2018. To me, they're very dark.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds great.
Could you sign this?
I had to sneak that in.
Here, miss.
Oh,
No, it's great. I think I think we need a version of it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad. I really hope people like it. We're working hard, and we want to do it.
At least just give it a chance.
Yeah, I hope people do.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.